it could be a thing. Like, Sarkin is broke. Both of them. Both of them are ridiculously good.
Looks like he's activating Perilous Wall here.
Is it at his instep? Or his main phase, maybe?
I think it's his main phase, which is...
Bizarre.
Yeah.
He doesn't
want Kiora. He doesn't want Kiora to ultimate.
Okay.
Kiora was at
you might
5.
as well do it in your turn than the upkeep. He's not going to flash in a Boon Satyr in his upkeep, so...
That Ornithopter, though.
Ornithopter will convoke an artifact out if it really wants. Or does Chief Engineer say blue creatures? I know Grand Architect says only blue creatures can do that ability. I don't know how Chief Engineer reads.
I think it's artifacts you play, gain,
Convoke?
Something along those lines.
That makes sense. Because you can tap any creature for it, so he can tap himself, I'm pretty sure. Of course, if you Google search the word Chief Engineer, you will not find a magic card first. You will find a bunch of Chief Engineers. Artifacts you spell... Artifact spells you cast have Convoke. It's a 1/3 for 1 and a blue. Not a wizard, it's an artificer, of course.
Are we going to Waffle House later?
Is that what's going on?
I guess.
You can go ahead and send William Caudle over here for 1 minute, but he has to watch his language because I know Caudle, and he just cannot just be absolutely crazy, because that's not good for anyone. But if this is a possible Waffle House trip later, I'm not sure if I would go. I do have dinner. I do have dinner currently cooking in the crock pot. Crock pot, when you're an adult, great investment. Great investment. Love the crock pot.
Helping with the cooking. Crock pot, amazing.
Mm-hmm. Crock pot gains are the best gains. I might go to Waffle House if a bunch of people go to Waffle House. Let's say that. I'm talking like 8 people. Sure, I'll go. If we
it does have to be 3 a.m. though.
No. I don't want to go to 3 a.m. Waffle House. That's after all of the bars let out. And who wants to be around those kind of people?
Everybody.
Like really, really hardcore drunk people at Waffle House while you're just trying to be a nerd eating Waffle House. Casey plays a Bloodstained Mire. He's just playing Fetchlands. He can't play Scalding Tarn. I do think Casey put Treasure Cruise in. That was one of the last cards he put in. It was around the time we brewed that blue-red burn deck for Memphis, actually. It was around that same time. Yeah, that was a fun deck. A second Kiora coming down, so he had pairs of both of the Planeswalkers Casey just wiped away. And quickly, Casey's seeming lead is just non-existent.
Yeah. With that Kiora, he plus Chief Engineer, which is pretty much the obvious play, but really you're not playing around Insult Artifact in that case, because the Insult Artifact on the Ornithopter will kill one or probably both.
Potentially both, because you hit Kiora first. Xenagos is open. I assume he doesn't play many flyers.
Yeah, Tamer doesn't really have that many flyers in general. I mean, if he's playing the dragons.
They have the dragons in red, and Reachers in green. And some blue cards could fly, but I don't think any he's playing. Savage Knuckleblade gains haste, right? It doesn't gain flying ever?
No.
Okay, I was pretty sure.
So red for haste, 2 in a green, +2/+2, 2 in a blue, bounce it. So
Casey cracks the Bloodstained Mire, going down to 17.
It seems like Ken is starting to take control of this game.
Weird when he's cracking this.
That was your net stuff.
He should be at 16. He took...
Yeah.
Oh, he blocked with Ornithopter on the Goblin. We're good.
Yeah.
No. He was already at 17. We're fine. I'm just crazy. Every now and then I say something too silly.
The life total is really... Casey's doesn't really matter at the moment.
I agree.
This Round Master is going to put a lot of pressure on him, but if Ken continues to plus his Kiora and target his opponent's creatures before attacking, it's going to be a free chump on Rabble Master.
He lightning strikes the Goblin Rabble Master here. It's understandable, but it's really rough to do that while you can just kill Kiora.
Yeah.
But you're going to lose if you don't handle either one, but him having both, I think it's really, really difficult. And Ken unbelievably stabilized through a Perilous Vault by slamming both Planeswalkers that got vaulted away. So that's some good magic right there.
So it looks like Ken finally cracked the Evolving Wilds.
The one that's been setting in place since turn 5. Hey, if he didn't have other lands, you might not crack it. It's an Evolving Wild. You need to come into play untapped.
Or if he was willing to draw a Courser, but his life total is not... It's not low enough for that to exactly matter. Because an Evolving Wilds will gain you a life. You don't have to pay a life to crack it like the other fetch lands.
That's also true. Oh, I guess if he would have... Oh, wait. Never mind. I was just thinking of the Evolving Wilds as a real fetch land. It was like, if he would have cracked it, he might have lost. 10 was something Casey could do. He's going to take 2 here. Putting the Engineer on a Satyr, and of course the Ornithopter on the Goblin.
There are goblins in that stack.
Second Goblin Rabblemaster. Oh yeah, there are. They're in... Oh, if for reference, I don't know if you realize, they're in color order, alphabetical order. So it goes white alphabetical, blue alphabetical, black alphabetical,
I already
red
messed that up.
Do you know how long it took me to alphabetize those? Like, maybe 35 seconds.
Alright, man. Well, the only ones that I took out were the Satyrs. Which...
They're going to be one of the more played cards today, anyways.
Yeah, it seems like Xenagos is very popular down here, which is interesting. Wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of Xenagos the last couple rounds. First Kiora, though.
This Kiora is probably going to get there, it seems. I mean, Casey is just flooding out. He just can stabilize. That's what happened. That's the moral of the story.
You don't play Rabblemaster, right?
In my green-red deck? I do not. I just play the dragons.
Alright, do you side any at all?
Nope.
Darn! Alright, this is for... So we've had 2 matches with Rabblemaster, 1 match without. Oh, excuse me. You can tell Casey looks to be a little frustrated. His body language changes and he pushes out a little bit. He's going to go to 11 here, 11 all. And nothing's going to happen. Ken's just going to keep acquiring a force to eventually just break through for lethal.
I wouldn't have even added the Rabblemaster to the board in case of another Perilous Vault.
Yep.
Granted, he doesn't have the lands to play it, but...
Uh-oh, a Tormenting Voice! Followed by a Magma Jet Shivan. That was almost just the dream, I guess. I don't know what he was trying to get. Cyclonic Rift? Is Tormenting Voice an instant? Wait, Cyclonic Rift is not Devastation Tide. That's the one I was thinking
Devastation Tide.
Yeah. Cyclonic Rift would be a better one, but couldn't even overload it.
Neither of us
are even in Standard.
And Aether Spouts would get rid of all the tokens, but those Planeswalkers are a little good. By a little, I mean they're actually just the game.
The reason that Ken won this game. I guess it's too soon to say he won, but I think this next turn he's attacking for game.
Yeah, Casey's gonna bottom both the Chief Engineer and the land. And that should be it. Well, it won't be.
I think Casey has one more. Casey doesn't concede, really. Like, he always likes to just get a tag. He likes to play the entire game, and that's very respectable, especially when you're streaming. Like, it's good to just, even though it's over, like, play it out. Because there's a lot of dead air time, and, yeah, I talk to myself pretty much when it's dead air. So, I like it when they play it out.
Yeah, there are times, most of the time I believe it is correct to play it out. There's always that
Dave Snow
0.001% chance.
Almost never concedes. Even if he knows that he lost, he still just goes for like that 0.001% chance that he just gets out of it.
Yeah.
And so it pays off for the people who do that because they always play it out. Eventually, if you play 1,000 games or whatever, you know, you eventually hit that one game where it was good you played it out. It also makes you better and better at Magic, too. The more you play, the better you play, the better you get. So, missed trigger on the token, but that's okay, because it's a casual FNM. It's going to be a Chief Engineer thrown as a chump in front of the Goblin Rabblemaster. 8's going to get through, putting Casey to 11, or to 3 from 11.
3. If there's any sort of burn spell here, yeah, there are advantages and disadvantages to playing out. I think the main thing would be the clock and information in games 2 and 3, how you sideboard. Like I was talking about earlier, game 2, round 1, I should have definitely conceded, so I didn't show off the display of dominance.
If Michael I feel like Michael should know that gets brought in though. That's a fairly regular sideboard thing,
Not
right?
Not really.
Oh, really?
It's not a very regular card. Not.
You know how often I currently play Standard, so I don't get to see decks all the time. But when I read it, I was like, oh, cool. They released a card that I would hate to play against because I always play blue-black. I was like, fantastic.
You can still counter, like, what would make Display Dominance very good is if it said spells and permanents, so that if they play. Is that a
Trumpet Blast or a Volcanic Rush? What is that?
That is a destroy every single one of his creatures and get 6/4/4 dragons.
Wait, is that Descent of Dragons?
Yes.
Is that what that is?
That is a Descent of the Dragons.
Why did he do it? Did he do it? In main phase 2. Is it a?
This is in main phase 2. He hasn't tapped his mana. No, he plus Xenagos.
That's cool.
He actually casts the spell for free.
Okay. Just upgrade your creatures so draw Maelstrom Pulse.
Anger of the Gods won't kill him. That's probably the main
reason. Ooh, it was an on-soul artifact. That was one they would have liked to have drawn a couple turns ago, but that's not going to do it. And Ken Adams gets it. Let me see how many table matches are left. But Ken Adams gets that one with his Teamer Planeswalker Super Friends deck. Teamer stuff. I call it that. Teamer stuff. He plays his Teamer stuff deck and gets there against Casey's blue-red artifact deck.
Yes, I was Descent of the Dragon.
I am the Illuminati, so just in case you didn't know, 360 no scopes are my middle name. They're packing up, and for some reason, Ken didn't use the Goblin tokens. As you pointed out, there were countless Goblin tokens. I made sure that there were like 20 Goblin tokens in that stack because Hordling Outburst, Rabblemaster, Dragon Fodder. I'm sure that there's another one. Krinko Mob Boss. He's not in Standard. There's plenty of things that make Goblin tokens right now, so I made sure that there were plenty of those. I think there's even some of those 4/4 dragons for Descent of Dragons in the stack. I think I put a couple of those in too. But yeah, that was an interesting card. I was not expecting to see Descent of Dragons today.
Keegan the Authority of Magic.
Keegan actually, I don't know if you know, he came in here and commentated with me the entire first match. It was just fun.
Really?
Yeah. He had a slight slip with language at the very beginning. And then I don't even know if they heard it. He covered it up really well, but of course I heard it. But other than that, yeah, it was fun.
Kenny hears all.
I do hear all. I hear you guys talking about me next door, Ken Adams and Casey. Alright, I'm going to leave you with Carter. I have to use the restroom. I will be right back. So, have fun, Carter. I'm going to leave my phone unlocked, so whenever I'm at text updates, you can read those off, depending on what they are.
Alright. Oh, look at that. He's actually sorting the tokens. What a nice guy. Alright, so it's 5 rounds. That was round 3. 2 rounds to go. I'm not sure what's going to make top 8. It's definitely a cut to top 8. Probably going to play it out. My Mastered Box on the line. The assault is real. XM2 has a chance of top 8ing. I'm not sure. I haven't done the math. Let's see. Either way, I have to win out. And hey, if I lose again, you guys might be stuck with me for a while.
Went ahead and dipped my head in the hometown to see Casey's reaction. He is livid. He did not. It turns out he did not like Perilous vaulting away 2 Planeswalkers and then immediately getting the 2 played right back on him back to back. So sorry, Casey. Didn't mean for that to happen to you, buddy. But it happens to the best of us.
Happens to everybody.
Next round is about to go up.
Right.
They were printing pairings out while I was over there. I don't know if you're playing anymore, but
I'm still in it. X2 might have a chance, so we'll see.
It's 5 rounds. There's a chance.
Yeah,